Let's listen to Mom. Everybody give it up for my friend Damaris.
So I'm relatively new to Flagstaff. I moved here about 1.5 years ago, and I wanted to be like every other Flagstaffian and look like I belong here, so I went out and bought a Subaru. And while I was buying my car, the salesman was telling me all of the features, and he proceeds to tell me that the back seats fold completely flat. So if you want to go camping, you can sleep in your car. And I was like, dude, roughing it for me is a hotel without a bar. That's as good as it's going to get when it comes to camping. But I did move here for my job. I'm a librarian. I'm the deputy director for the Flagstaff Library. And I started out as a children's and teen librarian. And I did that for about 3 years until I found out that I really don't like other people's kids. I'm also not a typical librarian. I'm not a big reader. In fact, I'm always alarmed in an interview when someone asks me, what was the last thing you read? Because I'm always like, I don't know. Fucking Harry Potter. Do you all ask a gynecologist what the last vagina is he looked at? I'm like, what does what I read have to do with how good of a job I'm going to do? I'm also surprised that everyone who meets me when they find out I'm a librarian always wants to know what I like to read. What are you reading right now? I'm like, I'm not. Just because I'm a librarian doesn't mean I'm off reading a book. Contrary to popular belief, I do not sit around and read books all day. I also became a librarian later in life, so I had a lot of other jobs on my path to librarianship, one of which was being a land pirate. And to explain that, I was a pizza delivery driver in a time when we didn't have GPS or Siri or Google Maps. We had to look at a paper map on a wall and remember where the hell we were supposed to go.
Preach!
So I just tell everyone I used to be a land pirate because that sounds much cooler than a Domino's pizza delivery driver. I was also a bartender for several years, and I tell everyone that being a bartender prepared me more for being a librarian than library school. Like, I can spot somebody who's bullshitting me a mile away. One of my favorites is the people who bring a book back that's completely warped from being wet and will look you in the eye with a straight face and say, I checked it out like that. But I promise you they really didn't. I also worked across the street from the Indianapolis 500 as a bartender. So there's not many things I haven't seen. So that prepared me for finding things in the books, like a used condom. That's a true story. We came in one day to empty the book drop and it had a live squirrel in it. And my most nefarious job that I had on the path to being a librarian was I used to be a stripper. And I am sure that if any of you have heard Forrest before, he talks about how he likes to date strippers. So everyone says that boys grow up to date women who are like their mothers. So now we all know why Forrest likes to date strippers. That's it for me tonight. Thank you. I'm Damaris Hill.